Мне предложили бой в Абу Даби в июле, главный бой вечера, но я отказался из-за того, что они соперника предлагали того, с кем я не хотел драться. То есть UFC, наоборот, меня позлило, что такого соперника дало. Это для них, как бы, можно сказать, неуважение в мою сторону, да, как бы, почему они так себя повели, что давали мне такого соперника. Я достоин большего, я номер один.
Arman is number 2. To say Dana says, I want you to fight Arman before you fight Islam.
No, there's no way that I have to fight #1 contender. I have to fight directly for the belt.
Как ты считаешь, кто опаснее сейчас для Ислама Махачева, Арман Tsarukyan или Атакури?
Мое личное мнение, не то чтобы там опасен, скажем так, более конкурентен. Я думаю, что Tsarukyan.
With each passing day, the lightweight division continues to deliver fresh drama. This time, it's top contender Arman Tsarukyan making headlines after revealing he turned down a fight offered by the UFC. According to Tsarukyan, the promotion approached him with a main event slot on the Abu Dhabi card in July. However, he declined the offer because he wasn't satisfied with the proposed opponent, Mateusz Gamrot, who is currently ranked number 7. Tsarukyan explained that he saw no benefit in facing someone ranked below him.
Мне предложили бой в Абу Даби в июле, главный бой вечера, но я отказался из-за того, что они соперника предлагали того, с кем я не хотел драться, то есть ниже рейтингом, и я не видел смысла с ним драться.
Arman Tsarukyan has made it clear that he's not interested in fighting just for a paycheck. He's focused on chasing the title. As the #1 contender, Tsarukyan wants his next opponent to be a top 5 or top 6 fighter, someone who can bring him closer to a championship shot. He sees no reason to give an opportunity to someone ranked 10th, especially when he had to battle his way up by facing top 10 contenders himself. Now that he's earned his spot, he's not willing to risk it against lower-ranked opponents without a clear path to the belt.
В ММА смысла нету мне драться. Мне надо драться минимум из топ-5-6, чтобы выиграть и сказать, что да, гарантированно я буду драться за титул. Просто так драться смысл. Я номер 1 и давать кому-то подарок, чтобы с номером 10 драться. То есть мне никто такой подарок не давал, когда я был топ-10. Я дрался с топ-9, топ-8, топ-7, топ-5, топ-4, пока добрался до номер 1. То есть я просто так свое место не хочу отдавать.
Previously, Arman Tsarukyan stated he was willing to fight anyone after withdrawing from UFC 311. However, after recently turning down another bout, questions have emerged about whether he may have upset the UFC. Tsarukyan sees it differently. He believes it was a UFC that disrespected him as the #1 contender. He felt the opponent they offered didn't reflect his status. While he emphasized that he's not demanding an immediate title shot, he does expect a legitimate contender bout. Tsarukyan said he would have been open to facing someone from the top 5, or at least a fighter on a winning streak. Instead, the UFC proposed someone coming off losses. He even suggested that someone like Dan Hooker, who has been picking up wins, would have made more sense.
Злишь UFC этим, потому что была история с отмененным поединком, и ты говорил после, что тебе, в принципе, без разницы с кем драться, и сейчас получается так, что все-таки разница есть.
Не, UFC, наоборот, меня позлило, что такого соперника дало. Это для них, как бы, можно сказать, неуважение в мою сторону, да, как бы, почему они так себя повели, что давали мне такого соперника. Я достоин большего, я номер 1. И да, я не говорю, дайте мне за титул, но дайте мне президентский бой. Но если они дадут хорошего соперника из топ-5, или хотя бы там, ладно, уже кто-то из победной серии, кого они давали, он был на победной поражении серии. Представляешь, хотя бы там, ладно, Хукера бы дали, да, который там из победной серии кого-то выиграл в последнее время.
However, following Arman Tsarukyan's comments, fans were quick to point out a contradiction in his stance. Despite suggesting Dan Hooker as a more suitable opponent than the one offered, Tsarukyan had recently dismissed the idea of fighting Hooker altogether. When asked if Hooker was someone he'd consider facing, Arman gave a clear no, explaining that the matchup would be too easy as a #1 contender. He said it wouldn't make sense to fight someone who only has a single recent win after a string of losses. On the other hand, Dan Hooker has also shown no interest in fighting Arman Tsarukyan, calling him an idiot and annoying. Sharing his candid thoughts, Hooker admitted he simply doesn't like Tsarukyan on a personal level, despite acknowledging his talent. He praised Tsarukyan as a highly skilled fighter who always gives maximum effort inside the cage, but said he finds his behavior strange and off-putting.
Perhaps it's Arman.
Perhaps it's Arman. I don't like the guy. I think he's an idiot. I think he's annoying. Can he fight? 100%. The guy is a very talented young fighter, but he's just annoying. He's just a dweeb. I just don't like him.
Meanwhile, the biggest question looming over the lightweight division is whether a fight between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria will actually materialize. UFC color commentator Laura Sanko believes the promotion is fully committed to making it happen and is willing to do whatever it takes, financially or otherwise, to bring the matchup to life. Sanko also weighed in on the welterweight division, noting that if Jack Della Maddalena wins his next bout, the title race could heat up significantly. She added that the division's future may hinge on Shavkat Rakhmonov's health, along with strong performances from Ian Gary, Shavkat himself, and even Sean Brady.
What do you think? Do you believe that it's going to be Islam JDM if JDM does beat Bellalia?
I think that the UFC really wants Islam versus Topuria, and I think that they will do whatever it takes to make that fight happen financially. And I think that if JDM ends up beating Belal, we've got a pretty tight race depending on the health of Shavkat between Ian Gary, Shavkat, and I mean, really, to me, it comes, well, and then Sean Brady.
Sean Brady.
Yeah.
However, UFC legend Chael Sonnen believes that a fight between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria is unlikely to be next. According to Sonnen, the word behind the scenes suggests that Justin Gaethje is expected to be Makhachev's next opponent. With Gaethje, Makhachev, Dustin Poirier, and Max Holloway either already booked or unavailable, Sonnen explored alternative matchups for Topuria. He mentioned Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan, and Paddy Pimblett as possible opponents, and raised the question of which one would make the most sense for Topuria at this point in time.
It's not going to be Ilia Topuria. In fact, I'm told it is going to be Justin Gaethje. But the next best thing, if it's not Ilia Topuria, who would Ilia Topuria face? You got Charles, you got Tsarukyan, you got Paddy the Baddy. Who would you put with Ilia Topuria? But those are your options. Gaethje, Islam, off the board. Poirier, Max, off the board. Third time.
Similarly, UFC Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier also sees Justin Gaethje as a front-runner challenge for the lightweight title. Sharing his candid thoughts, Cormier said he genuinely believes Gaethje will be the next to face Islam Makhachev. He emphasized that if he were part of Makhachev's team, he'd push for the Gaethje fight, calling a high-profile matchup that brings significant star power. In Cormier's view, if he's being completely honest, that's the fight he expects to happen next.
I honestly believe that's who's going to fight for the belt. I believe it's going to be Gaethje. Yeah.
Gaethje lost 2 fights ago, though.
Gaethje lost, yeah. I think it's going to be Gaethje. I think that's, if I'm Team Makhachev, I'm asking for Justin Gaethje because that's a big-name fight. It's the guy that carries a lot of name recognition. I think that's going to be the fight, if I'm being honest with you.
Chael Sonnen had high praise for Justin Gaethje, calling him the fan favorite of the UFC. He stated, "No one is going to complain about any opportunity Gaethje gets, whether the main event, the BMF title and interim belt, or even a shot at the undisputed championship against Islam Makhachev." Sonnen believes both fans and fellow fighters respect Gaethje to such a degree that no one would question him getting a big fight. In his eyes, it's simple. Gaethje has earned that level of respect.